कम्युनिटी ये वो जगह है जहां आप अपने असली पोटेंशियल को एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हैं। देखो, सबके पास स्किल्स होते हैं, पर क्या आपके अंदर वो स्पार्क है जो आपको कामयाबी की ऊंचाइयों तक ले जा सकता है? अगर आप सोच रहे हैं जॉब चेंज करने के लिए लेकिन रेज्यूमे सेलेक्ट नहीं हो रहा, या फिर इंग्लिश में इंटरव्यू देना थोड़ा चैलेंजिंग लग रहा है, तो फिक्र मत कीजिए, यहाँ हम हैं आपके साथ, आपको सपोर्ट करने के लिए। अपना कम्युनिटी में आपको मिलेगी बेहतरीन कम्युनिटीज जहां आप अपने प्रोफेशनल स्किल्स को सुधार सकते हैं। चाहे आप एक्सेल, टैली, जीएसटी में माहिर बनना चाहें, या फिर आप खुद एक ब्यूटिशियन या डिजाइनर हैं, तो यहाँ आप अपने काम को शोकेस करके दूसरों को टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स देते हुए आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। अपना कम्युनिटी में आपको मिलेगा मेंटर्स का एक खजाना और बड़े इन्फ्लुएंसर्स का साथ, जो आपको हर कदम पर 1-to-1 गाइड करेंगे। यहाँ ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं अपने फील्ड या इंडस्ट्री स्पेसिफिक ग्रुप्स, जहां आपको ऐसे कई लोग मिलेंगे जिनसे सीख के आप वो गलती ना करें जो वो कर चुके हैं। ऐसे लोगों की जिन्होंने स्टार्ट किया था एज एग्जीक्यूटिव्स एंड आर नाउ सक्सेसफुल मैनेजर्स इन देयर डोमेन्स, जो आपको आगे बढ़ाने में मदद करेगा। यहाँ आपको मिलेगा वो सही डायरेक्शन जो आपकी करियर को नेक्स्ट लेवल ले जाएगा। तो लेट्स अनलॉक योर पोटेंशियल टुगेदर। अपना कम्युनिटी में ज्वाइन करें और अपने सपनों की ऊंचाइयों तक पहुंचने का सफर शुरू करें।
Great. Awesome. So guys, we'll be starting off now. We have, I think, am I audible, Ashish?
Yes, Ron, you are audible.
Great. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Welcoming everyone. My name is Rohan, one of the co-founders of QFUS, which is a mentorship platform which has been partnered with Apna for all the mentors engagement. And Apna, as a part of Apna community engagements at Apna, we have been doing this for a while now, calling it as Apna Xclusives. And we have been doing this every day at 7 p.m. on weekdays and at 3 p.m. on weekends, mainly to engage with people, ideate, advance in their professional career. And we've been covering a wide range of topics, starting from it can be as simple as spoken English to financials and technical subjects such as technology, products, or data science, and so on. And today we have Ashish with us. Ashish has been a mentor with us for quite some time now, more than 3+ years. And with over 7 years of dedicated experience in the technology sector, Ashish has established a robust understanding of the expertise and application of cutting-edge innovations. And he is a proud alumnus of NIT, National Institute of Technology, and has consistently leveraged his educational foundation to drive forward-thinking solutions. We will be having a very interesting, engaging session on GenAI uses in everyday work. And without much overdue, over to you, Ashish. So it's up to you. How do we split the session? Either you want to do it the entire session at the beginning and then take up Q&A towards the end, or you want to do it 10 minutes of session Q&A and then 10 minutes of session Q&A. However it is, I'll be engaged on chat with all the students. I'll be taking up all the questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rohan. Let's start with the session now. I'm sharing my screen. Let me know if it is visible.
Yeah, visible.
Okay, so I have prepared a short presentation for this. Let me showcase. Okay, is it visible for everyone?
It's visible, yeah.
So, agenda for this presentation is how we can leverage GenAI in our day-to-day task, or whoever is starting with the development or any profession, how they can make use of generative AI tools which are currently in the market, and they can enhance their productivity and they can enhance their creativity. So generative AI is a tool which can generate text, image, code, and other media like videos as well. We have many platforms like ChatGPT. We have many code generators like GitHub Copilot. We have Claude models as well. Claudes are from Anthropic. So we have many different platforms. We can choose any one of them and we can perform parts of our day-to-day task. Now, how does it help? So it accelerates our learning and development. It enhances our productivity, and we can assess our performance. We can assess our complexity of the problem, and we can get a starter a script, a starter code, or a starter UI UX framework, or a starter campaign we can create. So like Microsoft Design is another tool where we can create a campaign. So it also helps us in problem solving and debugging any kind of software or any kind of error. We can use it for the debugging. We can run through the available solutions. We can simplify it in a better way. So now, first one is how it helps in code generation and assistance. So we have many tools like GitHub Copilot that is used for automated code completion. We can generate a boilerplate code which can be reused at multiple places. We can generate code snippets. We can generate templates, let's say templates for creating CRUD operations in MySQL. We can generate a Python function, or we can generate SQL queries. We can generate other language codes as well. If we have a translation, or if we have a conversion from one language to another, we are moving our platform. So we can generate sample codes for that as well. It can also helps us in debugging and troubleshooting. We can identify existing problems. We can identify existing errors in the code, or in a software development, or in our design. Let's say we have a campaign design where we want to understand whether that text should be leftmost or rightmost, or how does it affect. So we can get a critical analysis from the uh, tool, and we can understand it much better. Accordingly, we can modify. So it also gives.
Sorry to interfere.
Yeah.
So, if you are giving an overview of a tool or something, maybe it would also help if you can give some examples to the people
Okay,
here.
sure.
But because most of them might not be from the same field. So, when there is a technical term, maybe a little more explanation and some examples will help.
Okay, sure. So let
Yeah.
me go through a quick example.
Yeah.
So here we have ChatGPT. I think ChatGPT everyone knows. So this is an OpenAI tool which we can just search on Google. You will get a ChatGPT link. You can go through it, and let's start. So it will open this screen. Here, let's say I want to generate code for CRUD operations in MySQL. So let's say I have written generate a code for CRUD operations in MySQL. Now, if you see, it generated the code in Python, and we can say what all things it got generated. So we also have some sample data which we can use. So it is generated for MySQL as of now. If you want to change from MySQL to other database, that also we can ask it. So let's say you can go through all of these. It generated with all of these examples, like how to create table, and how we can run a query, how we can update. So we have create, read, update, delete, all four things. Now, let's say put it in different functions. So now it will refactor my code. I have one function for creating a connection, one function to execute any query, one function to read the results from the query, another function to create a table, then insert user, then select user, then update user, then delete user. So this is a basic operation, and this is a starter script, we can say, we have got here. Now, let's say I want to add comments in this. Not so this is not only applicable to this. I can give my own example also. Like I have an existing code. I want to add comments to that. Comments to each function. So now if you see, it generated me docstring format comments. So those will be helpful to become a very good developer. So we can generate it for any language. It's not only for the Python. So you can see we have pretty good docstring formats, like what are the inputs, what are the outputs. So in this way, it can be helpful for us. And whenever, if you want to extend it any further, we can also either generate it here and then edit it in our own platform or our own IDE, integrated development environment, or we can modify it here and run through our environment. Okay. So this is one tool. I have another tool also. This is for, let's say you want to generate a architecture diagram. You are a product manager, you have a problem statement, you want to generate an architecture diagram. So here I'm going through with some pre-existing ones. Let's say I want to build a chatbot. So if I select this, I have these things. So this chatbot is using these operations and it is performing all of these things. Now I can edit it. I can add or remove based on what I'm going to do. As of now, I'm taking it as it is, and I want to get a diagram for this. So here I have one button. Let me see if it moves. Yeah. So now here I can click on generate diagram, and then it will create a diagram with the help of all of the AWS related functions. Now here we have got it as AWS functions. We can also modify it to entity relationship or cloud architecture or flowchart or sequence methods. So if we go through this, so as we can see, we have a user interface, then it goes to API gateway. This is our model where model is hosted. Model is from OpenAI. This goes to embeddings. So we have embedding API, we have chat API. We are using chat model here. So it goes to API gateway, then we have vector stores. We get the data from text storage, then we query the vector store, and like that the process continues. So it generated the same as we have pointed out here. So in similar way, whatever diagram we want to generate, we can just point out to this. So similar to this, we have many other tools. I'm just naming as of now some of them, like image to code generator, or we have Claude models where we can do image to code as well. So Claude platform looks like this. Claude.ai. Here we can just log in through our Gmail account. And as soon as you log in, you'll get a screen like this. You can add a file, you can ask question to that file, or you can run through your simple queries. So whatever we were doing in ChatGPT, we can do it here as well. Okay, so let's say write a brief about chatbot creation in AWS. So let's see what it gives us. So all of these are prompts. We can write better prompts. We will get better detailed write-ups. So it all depends on prompts. We can just learn about how to write a better prompt. So prompts are nothing but how do we converse, how do we do a conversation with any other person. So now coming back to a presentation. So is there any question till now from anyone? Okay, I will take it as a no. So we'll continue then. Now, how does our general workflow looks like from the development or for any profession? So we get a project from a client or we get a new feature request from a client. It goes to product manager, then product manager assigns it to developer, then developer goes to the repository where the code is present. He will pull the code, then he will make the changes, he will commit it back, then tester will report the bugs, developer will work on it, they will fix the bug, and then like iteratively it will become better. And once the testing is completed, it will be handed over to project manager. Then from project manager, it will go to review to the client. So this is how a general flow works for any professional environment. Now, how it can help us in all of these different stages. So we have learning and skill development. We can learn new things. We can learn complex scenarios in a very simple term. We can ask ChatGPT to simplify. We can ask Claude to simplify. We can ask to any other platform to simplify, whichever platform is available for GenAI. So I have a question. कुछ भी बस इसके ह्यूमन टोन में कैसे चेंज कर सकते हैं? Okay, so you can give guidance for the tone. So tone should be English or Indian English or American English. You can give instructions for the tone. So you can write a better prompt. So that will become your system prompt. So you have system prompt, you have assistant prompt. So system prompt is what your system should consider before giving you an answer. So you can mention all of these things in detail. Then you can ask your question. And when you ask your question, it will consider all of those instructions given in system prompt. So first you can write your system prompt, then you can write your question, and it will answer you. So it will adhere to your tone suggestion or tone instruction or language instruction or any other rules if you have put it to follow. Okay. Any other question from anyone?
Yeah, Ashish, I think there's a question in the chat box. If you can just go through it from Mehak.
Okay. Okay, this one I have answered.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. Okay, fine. So we can use this platform to learn any other new programming language, or we can understand the algorithms better. We can learn through the concepts in much more detail. So we can also use it to document or comment our code, or we can generate a documentation for full code. So that is also possible. If you might have noticed where we have generated some code, after that it gave us a documentation as well. So we can document our existing code, we can add comments. So it will help us in readability of the code, which generally freshers do not prefer or do not know how to do. So they can take help of ChatGPT. They can use it as a tool which can give them a little bit advancement, and they can beautify their work. Okay. We can also use it for project management and collaboration. Like we have generated a architecture diagram. So like that, we can use it as an architect. We can use it as a product management, where we can generate the flows or generate the steps to perform a task, or we can generate a roadmap for our whole problem statement. We can manage tasks. We can generate what are the steps to perform this task. So it will generate set of steps. We can also use it for generating UI UX designs. So I will just show the tool for this, using which you can generate mockups, you can generate designs, which can be helpful for the UI UX developers. So if we go through here, okay, let me move this screen down. So you can just search for UiZard. UiZard is another GenAI tool. Here, if you go through it, it creates your prompt to a UI UX design. So you can see, you can go through it. You can try to explore this in much more detail. So I'm not showing it as of now. You can explore it on your own as well. So like that, UiZard, we have many other different tools which can help you with that. We also have, once you have generated UI UX design, you can convert it into a code as well. We have image to code converter. So this can help us to, you just need to put your image, it will convert it into a code. So like this, you can give your image, it will give you a code. So you can use it as a starter code. This might not be efficient, this might not be directly useful, but it can give you a startup. Like you can just start your journey to become a developer, or to go through your project and understand it much more better. Okay. So coming back to a presentation. Okay, we have some questions, I think. Okay. So there are many kind of tools. You need to just do a little bit research, little bit work around which one is performing better for you and how will you write a better prompt. So you can either use Claude, you can use ChatGPT, or you can use GitHub Copilot based on what you need and what you are doing. If you are a developer, you might need GitHub Copilot. If you want to generate UI UX design, you might need UiZard or any other similar tool. If you are a UI UX developer, you might need to generate a code for front-end design. Okay, so it was UiZard. I have put it here. Okay, so you can also generate marketing campaigns. So the tool name is Microsoft Designer for that. Let me go through it. I will quickly show it. You can go to Microsoft Designer. Here in this tool, you will find many different pre-created tools like image creator, you have design creator, you have greeting cards creator, you have image collage creator. Then you can remove backgrounds, you can create a brand kit, which you can use for brand promotions. So just for everyone's understanding, I'm putting it in the chat. So you can find it here. Now, there are many other tools, as we have discussed about all of these tools in little bit more detail. So you can go through it, you can go through the write-ups on these, you can go through how to write a better prompt. So there are many frameworks for prompts as well, which you can explore. Like you can explore Star framework, which is how to write a better prompt. So there are many articles on that. So I'm just opening one of those articles. So you can understand how to write a better prompt, what it should contain, and how you should write your call to action. You should have call to action, you should have context, objective, style, tone, audience. So using all of these, you can make it more human in nature. What is your audience type? So you can also mention you're writing it or you're creating it for what kind of audience. So if you go through all of these in much more detail, you will understand how to write it better. And using this, you can write a better prompt which can help you to achieve your objective. Okay. So for example, this article, I'm putting it in chat, but you can find many more articles online. Okay, any questions from anyone? Okay, so what are the challenges and what all we should consider when we are using GenAI in our day-to-day life of work or in our profession? So it is increasing our dependency on AI tools. So we should also balance out how much AI we want to use and how much manual coding or manual effort we want to put in our work or in our profession or in our day-to-day task. So if we balance it out better, it will help us in being more creative, and we will also have hands-on experience. So that also helps us a lot better. So we can just use it as a tool, which will help us in making our problem easy, and we can focus on bigger problems. So we also need to consider the upcoming developments in this and what are the trends going on, how people evolve during the time period, and what all things are getting used, how people are advancing themselves. So we should consider all of these, and we should use these tools as a tool, but not as a, we should not be dependent on these tools. Okay. So we should always combine our manual effort with the uh, tools effort as well. So that can help us achieve results faster, and we can also understand things in better way. So with this, I want to end my session. If any questions from anyone, we can take it.
Thanks, Ashish. Thanks for the session. We do understand the session would have been a little more technical than you expected, but we are happy to take up questions, any kind of interactions, or if you want to know about tools, examples, we are happy to take it up.
Okay. So you can also speak up. It's not an issue. Not necessarily you need to write.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll probably wait for about a few minutes and see if there are any questions coming up.
Okay. So meanwhile, let me go through one more example on this.
Yeah.
So because here I did not wrote anything, I showed from that already available things. So let's say I want to create a diagram for e-commerce backend using AWS Cloud. So we can always experiment what it generates when we write a prompt, and we can then modify our prompt so it will generate it in a better way. So that experiment we can always do from our side. So let's see what it generates when we give just a single line like this. So now it's processing our request and it's generating. So let's see how it looks like. Okay, so it's an e-commerce backend architecture on AWS. So it says on the client side, we will have a web app and mobile app. And all of these will have a authentication from AWS Cognito service. Then request goes to API gateway, and API gateway, from API gateway, we will have different kind of Lambda functions and different kind of APIs, one for order service, one for user service, one for product service. Now, all of these will be connected to databases. Order service is connected to order DB, user service is connected to user DB, and product service is connected to product DB. Now, order service will have a notification service from AWS SNS, and all of these are hosted using serverless architecture of Lambda. So AWS Lambda is another service. Now here, product service will be connected to storage because it will have products, product details, and much more things. So that's why it is stored in S3 bucket. And since it's a content delivery, so we have a content delivery network, CDN, that is CloudFront. So it's all connected all together. Now, what all we think is wrong, we can modify it. So we can also ask it to add little more detail. So add delivery module as well. Now let's see how it adds the delivery module in this. Okay, so if we go through it now, we have a delivery service as well, but it's not much explained. It's just from the API gateway, we have a load balancer, then we have API, and it is going to database. So as in delivery, we just need to access our reference ID, and based on reference ID, we track it. So it just gets information from the database. So that's why it is in much simpler way, but we can always modify it. So the idea was to showcase how we can evolve our architecture, how we can experiment with this. So you can always write a better prompt and you can use it. Okay, now let's see if we have any question. Okay. Okay, so anybody have any question on this? Okay, so services used in this, since I have put it AWS, it explained all of the AWS services. So you can go through all of these available services. You will get an understanding what all services are available. Like for different projects or different products, they have different services. Like we have Athena, we have Cloud Search, we have Open Search Service, this or Vector Store. Then we have simple notification services. This we have already seen, simple queue service. So it created our architecture, including all of these services. And because we have mentioned serverless, it is showing AWS Lambda. So for the different products, we have different services. This is also a good source of learning and understanding. So you can also ask questions about this in the GPT platforms or in the Claude platforms by writing a prompt. It will help you in understanding it in much more simplified way.
Great. Okay, I think there are not much questions, but I've shared a couple of links in the chat box, guys. One is a feedback link and one is the Apna Exclusives community engagement link. So all of the sessions that we have been conducting every day, Monday to Sunday, are being recorded. And once you access this exclusives link, you'll have access to all the previous sessions also, which are again based on different topics. So yeah, to answer your question, Sayatnan, the recorded sessions are available in the link Apna Exclusives. Not only of this session, but also of previous sessions across different topics are available. So please register to the community and you can get an update of all the sessions. Meanwhile, you can also please feel free to give us feedback on the sessions, sending the link again on your chat box right now. So Pratik, what do we do next? Do we close the session?
Yeah, I think like we're good to
Sorry, I didn't get you.
we're good to go. Like we can close this session.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for attending.
Yeah.
And just reiterating, please access the Apna Exclusives link for any other sessions, recorded sessions. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.